Hey, Ed, what does NKLA stand for?
I don't know why my whole name isn't up there. It's Klasky. It's Klasky, but it only shows up as that. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Man, you were kicking some great nuggets yesterday, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Been just playing with this for a couple months now. I'm just trying to learn, and this has been a great group for me to get involved with. Very happy I met up with Justin.
Definitely. Where are you from, brother?
Indianapolis.
Yeah, Justin's the man.
Indianapolis. Okay, perfect, man. Welcome to the group again. We're just trying to get some money for 2021, right?
That's the plan.
Let me answer this call.
Sure.
Yeah, hello. Bueno.
Sí, estoy hablando, es que tengo este teléfono porque lo tengo en compra de casa en efectivo. Yo estoy vendiendo una casa.
Ok, sí, perfecto. Yo a eso me dedico. ¿Cómo le podemos ayudar hoy?
Bueno. Mire, la casa está en Cherryland. ¿Le doy la dirección?
A ver, pásamela.
Es 2210 East 23 Mission, Texas.
¿En Mission?
Sí, pero es al consumo.
Claro, eso así funcionamos nosotros, ¿verdad? 2210 East 23 Mission.
Mission, sí.
Ok, perfecto.
Es de la colonia de Cherry Palms.
Ok.
Acabo de repararle el techo, la casa acabo de repararle el techo y ahorita ya estoy lista para vender.
Ok, perfecto. Bueno, pues usted sabe, o sea, hay varias maneras de vender, o sea, puede venderla con un agente, claro, tiene que pagar comisión.
De hecho, mire, tengo otra agencia, es una agencia que me mandó un cheque de $150,000.
Oh, wow.
Pero, sí, es lo que más o menos, $152,000, de los cuales, para hacer los hijos, yo lo iba a pagar. Pero mandaron un inspector y yo acabo de reparar el techo.
¿Y cómo? ¿Me escucha? Bueno.
Y ahí me da su opinión y si está interesado, ¿verdad? Pues me llama.
Ok, sí. Bueno, no la escuché la última parte. Me dice que mandaron un inspector y luego, ¿qué pasó?
Pues están haciendo los trámites, pero pues es que como yo tengo su número desde hace rato, pues quería avisarle, ¿verdad? Por si está interesado.
Ok. Pues, bueno, como le digo, o sea, si quiere lo más del dinero, sería mejor venderlo con un agente. O sea, como la persona esa, claro, va a pedir la comisión y tiene que hacer las inspecciones y el appraisal.
Es que de ahí te quitan bastante dinero porque tienes que pagar tú todos los closets, todas inspecciones y avalúos y todo lo tienes que pagar tú. Entonces, sí,
es que así es, cuando vende uno su propiedad, así es costumbre que el que vende paga todo, ¿verdad? Pero, ¿cuánto es lo que usted anda buscando, oiga?
Pues mira, si quiere venir a ver la propiedad, acaba de cambiarle ya el techo nuevo, que es lo que le hacía falta, échese la vuelta y usted ofrezca y ahí hacemos plan.
Bueno, pues yo la estoy viendo por internet, realmente no tengo que manejar ando acá en Mission, ¿verdad? Pero ando en otra casita que ando viendo, pero sí la estoy viendo por el internet. ¿Cuánto es lo que más o menos se anda pidiendo para ver si, claro, no le quiero gastar el tiempo si acaso pide más lo que yo puedo pagar?
I almost missed a buy.
Pero, como le digo, no puedo pagar tanto en efectivo, ¿entiende?
Ok, ¿cuánto ofrece?
Pues realmente es...
Bueno, si quiere, véala y luego me hace, después yo voy manejando, pero si quiere, me pone ahí cuánto ofrece y yo porque quiero hacer el trámite rápido.
Sí, pues la estoy viendo, o sea, sí, la estoy viendo por el internet, nada más lo hice, el único beneficio que le dio fue el techo nuevo, ¿verdad?
Sí, Sí, le cambié el techo.
Sí, ok. ¿Y
Y la banda también se le va a cambiar, pero ahorita todavía no han ido a cambiarla, porque no, la banda la va a pagar el seguro de la casa. O sea,
ok. Y aparte de eso, ¿alguna otra razón por qué la está vendiendo? ¿Está todo bien con la vecindad? ¿No hay problemas?
No. Lo que pasa es que yo estoy vendiendo porque yo ya, yo quiero, yo como ya estoy sola, necesito ya que comprar algo más chico. Esa casa tiene 3 recámaras y 2 baños, está grande para vivir una cosa, o sea, ya.
Es muy buena, estoy viendo el área, es buena área. ¿No ha pensado en rentarla y quedarse con ella y que la renta pague la nueva casa?
Yo la tengo rentada.
Ok.
La casa la tengo rentada. O sea, no tengo tanto apuro ya quiero comprar la parte. Pues esa es la razón por la que estoy vendiendo.
Okay. Bueno, ¿sí estoy modelo de adentro o sigue igual?
Ya que ahí es la única que tiene el diseño diferente, que tiene el techo alto de la entrada, tiene el diseño. Está muy bonita la casa, pero
Sí vio que se construyó, usted la compró
con esa casa tengo como, no sé, ¿sí?
ya como 21 años. Wow, 20. Se oye bastante, da 21 años. Hijo de
hijo la grande, ya me la ya.
Ok.
Y se le puso piso a toda la casa, inmediatamente le echó de madera, se vino tan mal.
Pero, ok, porcelana.
En la cocina tiene granito, los gabinetes se volvieron a hacer porque no usaban los que tenía antes, entonces se hicieron de madera, se pintaron y se puso granito en la cocina, así ciertos detallitos atrás
Detallitos,
piso, sí. Se le echó un piso y así.
Okay. Porque estoy viendo.
Pero bueno, te voy manejando, te digo, si quieres, si estás interesado, me hables este número y ya si quieres, ¿verdad? Porque ahorita voy manejando, la verdad ahorita no, nada más te quería avisar porque yo tengo su número desde hace rato.
Okay.
Sí.
Y más o menos cuánto es lo que anda pidiendo por ella, ¿no sabe? O sea, o sea, ya está pagada, ¿verdad? ¿Me escucha? Sorry guys, the call got dropped. Let me call her back. So you see how she didn't want to give me a price? Oh, she didn't want to give me a price. It's a Spanish call.
I thought you were ordering lunch.
Bueno.
Ahí se colgó.
Sí.
Ok. Bueno, si estoy viendo, ¿cuánto más o menos me andan pidiendo para hablar con mi socio a ver si funciona?
Sí, mire, es que vengo en la carretera.
Le hablo unos 15, bueno, ¿sabes qué? No lo molesto, le hablo como una hora, ¿ok? Ok, perfecto. Nomás con cuidado, no vaya a pasar algo cuando vaya mensajeándome para atrás. Ándale. Sorry, guys. So, again, that's a settler call. Did you guys hear that? Or was it choppy? You guys hear it or no?
Choppy.
Choppy, okay.
I don't
So,
speak Spanish.
So basically, it was a call. Seller has a house. Some agent sent her an offer. I guess said that she can list the property for $150. I told her, well, ma'am, it sounds like you want the most for your property. That's probably gonna be your best bet. You do have to pay for an appraisal. You do have to pay for inspections and all that stuff. But again, she's like, no, I don't want to pay for that much stuff. Okay, perfect. I understand. It's perfectly understandable. He's like, well, she's like, well, I always ask this question: is there anything wrong with the neighborhood, or why are you selling? I always ask that question because I don't want to ask just straight out why are you selling. I always blame the neighborhood. Hey, so is there anything wrong with the neighborhood, or why are you selling? She's like, no, there's nothing wrong with the neighborhood. I'm just selling because, again, I need to downgrade and go into another property. And I was like, okay. And then I started asking about the property condition to make sure it was a good condition. And she's like, yeah, it's good condition. I'm like, well, how come you just don't keep it and rent it and have that one pay for the new one? And she's like, well, it's rented right now, but I don't want to deal with that anymore. So I'm basically what I'm doing. I'm chopping up her options to sell to somebody else. Right now she's driving, which I kind of call her on it. Cause she's driving right now. She's like, well, text me. I'm like, well, you gotta be careful because now you're driving and texting is much worse than driving and calling. You're speaking to somebody on the phone, and she's like, I know. Like, just be careful. Like, just be careful when you call me back. So basically, I'm gonna call her back. That house, I need to get her probably for like 110 to make sense. She did say that she wants to sell it quick. She's like, well, and that the first beginning of my conversation, like, well, if you want the most money, you have to go through a realtor. Can you hear me, or still choppy?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So what I do, I get the call. I always ask, even if they don't want to ask me, tell me how much they want for it. I kind of throw it in different times. As far as in the beginning, well, how much you want for it? Okay, perfect. Okay, and whatever. Oh, so how much are you looking to get for it, cash, etc., etc. I always want to get their number first, and I always tell them, you know what? If you want the most for your house, you're gonna have to list it with an agent, and that comes with a lot of stuff as far as listing it and having to pay commissions, etc. If you want to sell it quick, it's different. She's like, well, I want to sell it quick. Okay, perfect. But she knows now that, again, I can't pay too much. I told her, well, yo no puedo pagar tanto así compared to the 100. She's like, I can't pay too much compared to the 150 that they told you. But she still entertained my time. So again, she understands that I can't pay that much. Her hurt in this conversation is that she doesn't want to rent it anymore, and she wants to downgrade to another property. She's already cash flowing it somehow with a rental, but she doesn't like the situation because she wants to sell it. Now, if it was a perfect situation where you're getting $1,000 a month in your pocket, carefree, you wouldn't sell it. But it sounds like it's not carefree. She has an issue probably collecting the property or doing something. I asked her how long have you owned it, because I want to know the condition. She's like, for 20 years. Okay, so you probably have everything upgraded. Like, well, we've done some things. We got some granite. Okay, perfect. But you haven't done the full upgrade, right? The full remodel. Like, no. Okay. So she knows that the property is not up to the level of what that 150 says. I went right into a dead end. Hold on. So that's how it goes again. And at the end, you know what, ma'am? You know what? Hey, I'll call you in an hour. I'm not a desperate buyer. You know what? Sounds you're busy. Let me call you in an hour. Now I have the leverage. Again, I don't have to buy that property. I would only buy that property if the numbers make sense. And I'm already telling her, I'm literally giving her all the options that she can do. List it with an agent, keep it for herself, rent it out. She doesn't want to do all those three. List it with an agent, she doesn't want to pay the fees, and she wants to close quick. Rent it out, she doesn't want to be a landlord, and she doesn't want to keep it because she needs to buy a new house. So that's more or less how I handle my calls. Again, I try to ask them a lot of questions, a lot of things. Well, how much are you asking? I like to ask the question: is there anything wrong with the neighborhood, or why are you selling? So I can get that why you're selling part. So I can. That's more in indirectly way of asking her why you're selling, by saying, oh, is there anything wrong with the neighborhood, or what's the reason for selling? It sounds like it's a great property. So, but again, she was rushing. So she was rushing. Okay, you know what? Go ahead. Sounds like you rushed, ma'am. I'll call you back in an hour. Any questions, guys, as far as what else could I have done in that call? Can anybody hear me? Or am I talking to myself? I know this.
Hey, I hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Any critique, guys? Anything that you guys would have asked differently, or what do you have? You have questions on how I handle that conversation? Like, I know it was in Spanish, so but I more or less told you what was the conversation about.
What is she asking for the place?
She got an offer from a realtor for 150. The
So you-
property on Zillow is 144. The property on tax value is 112. That house ARV, just based on what I'm saying, what I'm seeing, it's probably worth around. Hold on, let me check. Let me confirm real quick. You see, I ran the numbers in my head already. How much I can pay for it? How much I can pay for it for a buyer? This house is probably worth like 160, fully repaired. But it's not fully repaired, so I gotta be probably like a what, 105, 110.
Yep, 112 is 30% or 70%.
Yeah. So I'm thinking 105, 110. It seems like it has some upgraded things, some are not upgraded. But again, the conversation that has to go from here in the next call, which I'll recall on Bookaroo, so you guys can hear it, is if you want to close fast, again, you can't have those things. You can't close fast and get top dollar. It doesn't work like that, man. I wish it did.
Yeah.
Again,
No,
either you get cash and you sell at a discount, but you close quick, or you close with the realtor, pay all the fees, but pay a little bit, but get a little bit more. But it takes maybe 3 or 6 months, depending on the market, and depending on, you're basically at the mercy of the borrower. Make sure that he doesn't mess up his credit. Make sure that he doesn't charge his card $500 the day before, and now you're screwed because now the debt to income doesn't match.
sometimes when you go through a realtor, you really don't get max dollar for it because they're going to come in and going to charge fees. They're going to want appraisals.
Yeah.
They're going to want repairs. By the time you add all that up, lose the money, and it's a false positive, is like what I call it.
Yeah, and that's what I tell them. Like, yeah, you usually have to list with the realtor. The top buyers in the area are people that are gonna live in there, and they have a bank behind it. But you gotta list it with an agent. You gotta pay commissions. You gotta pay closing costs. Now you have to get an inspection. If there's any repairs, which most likely there will be some repairs in that inspection report, you gotta fix the repairs, and then you have to pay for the appraisal. And then you have to make sure that the appraisal matches your sales price. If not, you gotta sell it at a discount. And then you gotta wait 3 to 6 months, and you are at the mercy of the buyer. Make sure the buyer doesn't mess up on his credit. Make sure that he doesn't get new credit. Make sure he doesn't charge his credit up, because the week before the closing, they run you. Make sure everything's the same, and if it's not the same, debt to income changes. Now you gotta wait another month or two to be able to make it work.
Make them qualify.
Yeah. So those are the little things that I tell sellers as far as what they're gonna be facing if they go through an agent to get top dollar. You're gonna pay all those fees, and then you don't know. Again, I can buy it within a month, probably 15 days once the title's back, cash. But I gotta buy it at a discount. It makes no sense, man, to pay you what it's worth, and then how do I make money? If you can explain to me how I make money, I'll do it. But if I can't make money, again, I'd rather go on to another property. What I'm gonna throw at her is that, well, like you told me, it sounds like you're not in a rush. Just list it. Or you know what? You don't want to pay the fees? Instead of listing for 150, list it for 170. And the fees will come out of the extra 20K. Simple math. And she's like, well, can I do that? Well, not really. You can list it for whatever you want, but it's the market's gonna tell you what's gonna be the value of that property. So those little things are the ways that I handle transactions. As far as when they call me, there's she got my number probably from a bandit sign, or I probably texted her a while ago, but she said she already had my number saved. So again, that's how I handle the conversation. She was in a rush. Go ahead, go fix your stuff. Call me back, or I'll call you back when you're ready to talk about it. Remember, she didn't want to tell me the price, how much she was asking, but she bought it 20 years ago. I can track how much more or less she paid for it. I'm thinking she probably paid like 100 for it.
Hey Arturo,
Go ahead, Mac.
what if she still, don't want to give you the price? What would you say next?
Okay, well, it sounds, if you want to give me, I can give you my offer, man. But again, my offer is not gonna be something you like. If you're asking me how much can I offer, I'll offer you 50K for it. It's like, well, that's too low. Exactly. You have a price, right? If you ask me how much I want to sell my house for, again, I've been living in my house, my personal house, for 10 years. I know exactly how much I paid for it. I know exactly how much I have invested into it. I'll tell you the number. There's no reason. It's like when you go to a car lot, you see there's prices in the cars, right? They don't just tell me, oh, make me an offer. Again, you're selling something, man. You gotta have a number in mind. Because if it's up to me, I'll give you 50K. That works for me. but I know for a fact it's not gonna work for you, right? Or it does. You know what I
Right.
mean? And she says, "Well, that's too much of a low offer." Well, I told you, you have to have a number in mind first. And if it doesn't work out, perfect. You know what, man? It seems like you're not ready to sell, because if you tell me that if I'm gonna sell my personal house, I know exactly how much I want from a personal house. But I think you might not be ready. Maybe your best bet is to go with the realtor, pay him his commission, list it, go through an inspection, go through an appraisal, go through the repairs, evict cancel the contract for the rentor, have showings, and then get on the contract, get on the escrow, then wait for the escrow to go past and make sure that the buyer doesn't mess up his credit between now and 6 months. Sounds like that's your best bet, right? And she's like, no. Exactly. I'm gonna sit down and play ball. Let's play ball. You can't play ball with no balls. You gotta play balls with just the bat. If a client's gonna be an asshole, you gotta be a little bit a smart asshole back to them.
Right.
And I'm down playing that. I can play that game. I can be an asshole. If you want to be an asshole with me, I can be an asshole with you. Because
Arturo.
Go ahead, brother.
So what's your plan if it comes down to she takes 110, 115? What are you gonna do with it?
At 110, I already have it sold for 120.
Okay, so you're gonna assign that contract to somebody else.
I can do both. I can even, let's say, once she gets to realize that if she wants to sell it, I'm probably her best bet to sell it within the next 10 days. I can ask her, well, what's your mortgage look like? Oh, it's already paid for in full. Okay, do you want the whole cash, or you just want like 30K to get into a new house, and you're willing to maybe be my bank for maybe 5 years? If she's willing to do terms, I'll take it on myself. You know what, Arturo? What I can do is give me 20K down. Okay, you know what? I'll probably give you 5 to 10. Does that work for you? You know what? Okay, 5, 10, perfect. I'll get it on the contract with 10K down. After my inspections, I'll wrap it to a owner finance buyer with 25K down. Keep 15, give her 10. I'll sell it to the owner finance buyer at probably 150, 165. I owe her probably 120, 110, depending on how much to negotiate. Because usually I try to give the seller a little bit more when they are willing to take terms, to make it more appealing to them.
Right.
And then I'll just stay in the middle. I'm paying her probably on the 110. I'm paying her what, $700. I'm getting from this guy. I'm probably getting around $1,600 all in. So I'm making $500 for the next 5 years plus 15K in the front end. And when the guy catches me out, I make an extra 30K and I pay her completely.
Nice.
That's the wrap that I can do. If not, if I just want to make 10K, I'll just assign it.
So basically, after how many years are you gonna get a balloon, like the whole cash out?
3 to 5.
Huh?
3 to 5.
Oh, 3 to 5 years. They got it.
I don't want to be the bank forever. There's a reason why 3 to 5. I was a lender before, and you can YouTube it. Amortization schedules within the first 5-10 years is probably 90% interest. So they still owe me probably 90% of the principal within the first 5 years.
All right.
Even though they're paying me the regular mortgage, that's how amortization works. You don't pay, it's interest front loaded with interest, and then at the back end it's front loaded with the principal.
Yeah.
That's why I keep it at 3 to 5. So let's say this lady that I wrap it to, she starts her loan at 140. In 5 years, she'll probably owe me 135.
Yeah.
But if you look at the payments, $1,600, let's say it's $1,200 in P&I, principal and interest. What's $1,200 times 60? $1,200 times 60 months. That's $72,000. So I pocketed $66,000 in my pocket for 5 years, and she only reduced $5K in principal.
So after
and
that,
no, that's how. What?
After that, the buyer, they gotta find a bank, right, to refinance with them.
Yeah, usually within 1 year prior, I start reaching out to them. Hey, ma'am, you got again. You got 12 months left to get a bank to finance the property. How are you going with that? I don't want to call her a month before. I want to call her 12 months before. And then at month 11, hey, you got 11 months. How's it going? Let's say worst case scenario, it comes to month 12. She hasn't found what's it called? She hasn't found somebody to finance it to her. There's things I can do. I can take the property back. Again, I don't want to be an asshole, but if she's willing to play ball, you know what? Give me some more consideration. You owe me 135 once for the payoff. You know what? I'll leave it at 135, but I want an extra 10K down. And now I got to renegotiate with the seller that I was going to pay it off. If it makes sense, I can probably pay it off. But if it doesn't, you know what, man? Hey, things happen. There's things I can do. I can give it back to you. But it sounds like you don't want that because you've been coasting for the last 6 months, 5 years, just collecting rent from me. What if I give you 5K consideration and just re-am the loan? Yeah. I'll give you a 5K down payment. So okay, perfect. Then I'll give you 5K for the 10K, and then I do the same thing again another 5 years. I buy myself another 5 years.
Another 72,000.
Plus an extra 72,000, yeah. But you see, people one of the things that I've learned, I was real shy growing up, but you gotta be confident when you talk. Well, you know what you're talking about. At least you gotta be confident. People can see when you're like, oh, I don't know. It works though. Like when I do my cold calls, like, well, you know what? I don't really know. My boss just told me to call you. He's like, who the fuck is your boss? My boss is Robert. Who's Robert? My boss. But you see, it's confident. Yeah, he's my boss. He's like, well, why the fuck are you calling me? Like I told you, ma'am, not to be upset with you, but my boss gave me this number and told me to call you. Now, if it's the wrong number, I apologize. It happens. Again, I've gotten multiple calls that are bad numbers. I don't get upset and tell them to fuck off. Again, I can't go on my life like that, right? But again, if it's a bad number, I apologize. Again, this has happened. My boss bought a house on 12th Street, which is 3 streets down from your street. He drove the area. He has a big old F-250 that says, I buy house on it. Somebody flagged him down. He's a really good talkative guy, more talkative than me. The lady said, well, I want an offer. He mailed them an offer. And now, for some reason, my boss, Robert, he's not that great of taking down notes. He took the number wrong. And now he's putting me to try to reach that person back. And I got you. And now you're upset at me for doing my job. But you see, like that, you play dumb, but you don't let people step on you. Like I told you, Mac, you play dumb, but you're not going to step on me. Now, if you're going to be upset like that, man, I'm not going to take this conversation any longer. It sounds like you're probably upset of something else, but you take it out on me. Again, I apologize for calling you a wrong number, but again, it sounds like it's over and have a good day. But you don't let people, you're at the same level, that you're not higher or lower. But you got to have that confidence to be, when you play dumb, but you stay at the same level.
Right. Yeah.
And when you're the actual buyer, like this one, if they're rushing you, rush them.
That's right.
If they tell them you got options, perfect. Yeah, that's why I resell my properties at retail with a realtor. I do pay the fees. But again, I know that any buyer that can pay me the most is somebody that's going to live there and has a dumb bank behind it to pay the most. It's the best nature of the beast. But again, it's about, again, going back to all these tons of books, you got a mirror, whatever the fuck you call it. Just be able to be in tune with what you're hearing. That's the best way that I can explain to you. Just be in tune, try to match what they're doing. Be confident on what you say. Never be beneath the seller or above the seller. Always be at the same level. If they're an asshole to you, you're an asshole to them.
That's right.
They ask you a stupid question, like I told you, man, my boss is Robert. Well, who are you? Like I told you, man, my name is Mike. What are you calling for? Like I said in my intro, my boss gave me this number because he mailed a letter to the person on Elm Street and said that they had received a cash offer. I'm just verifying that they did. He's like, well, my house is on Elm Street. Okay, is that the only house on Elm Street? No. Okay, well, probably I got the wrong number, ma'am. I apologize. Well, how'd you get my number? Well, you know how carriers for phone line work. They match by proximity. It sounds like that's why they got it. But again, if you're interested in selling, but it sounds like you're not because of what you're talking to me. Again, we do pay referral bonuses. Within those first 5 minutes, she already heard what you do for a living.
That's right.
If there was any interest of her selling the house to you, she would have told it. She would have said it. She would have raised her hand. So she was gonna be an asshole of a client no matter what. And now these people that we cold call, we know there's a pain, but the pain's not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a closable deal. Because if I know that, man, I need fucking 100K for my house now, and somebody calls me out of a cold call and tells me that they send my neighbor a letter for cash, and I need cash, shit. Hey, you know what? Hey, can you send me that letter too?
That's right. They're gonna speak up.
Exactly. And if they're not, they're gonna be assholes. They're gonna be assholes no matter what. Even the best closers couldn't close that person.
That's right.
And now the thing that the impression that you leave that seller is that this guy doesn't take shit for nobody.
Right.
I'm not gonna be, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Everybody's calling them like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not submissive to nobody.
That's it. You have to have control of your business. You have to have control. It's your business. You respect your business. You give your business what it deserves. Never let the customer or anything ever get you out of control. That's why it's always good to have all your ducks in line, write everything down, know everything, like he just said, everything on paper. So when you call this person, any question they ask you, when they are ignorant, the shocks of it, this personality, they call it the shock. The shock is a personality like me. I'm a D. So I'm like this gentleman that's speaking now. So when someone will call me up and say, okay, because I'm a cash buyer, and they say, I want this. I said, no, that's not what I want. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. What do you want? What's your bottom line? This is it. So I have control of what I want. No one's going to try to bring me all over the place. So you got to think that some of these people, they're investors just like us, and they want their bottom line. So they like tough people. They'll do business with tough people. Trust me. They don't like softies at all. Because if you're softy, you're not going to be able to move their property. That's how they feel.
Those hard ones are usually soft in the middle anyways, once you break that barrier, you know.
That's right, sweetie. That's right. You got it, babe. That's right. I'm very soft after you break my barrier.
Right. Yeah, that's right. And that hard shell, but
breaks down. I take off the pants and wear the dress. I'm having no problem with it.
Yeah, that's how it works. Perfect example. Again, you gotta know you get, no matter if you make $7 the hour, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta have self-respect. Nobody's gonna fucking, even at, let's say you work at Whataburger, like that's a local burger spot here in my area, and you have an asshole of a client. Give me the price. Is everything right, sir? Sounds like you're having a bad day, but again, I'm just doing my job.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna take you from insulting me.
That's right.
They're not enough for you to talk to me like that.
That's right.
I bet you that guy, oh shit, he's never been talked like that before.
That's
he's never been. That's like a baby that never got hit when he was a little baby.
That's right. And
now he's getting slapped when he's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time.
Nice way of saying it. I like that.
So definitely, again, that's how I do my business. There's ways to play dumb, but be assertive, know your shit, and be sharp.
Know it. Gotta know it.
The guts comes in where you gotta ask those hard questions, and they don't want to answer. Well, you know what? Sounds like you're not ready to sell.
That's it.
And I put it back on me. Like if you ask me how much I want for my house, shit, I'll tell you in an instant.
That's right.
But it sounds like you don't really want to sell because you don't even know how much you want for your house. Well, make me an offer. Oh, I'll give you $50K.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's too low. Exactly, man. That's what I'm asking you. You need to know your number first.
Right. And believe it or not, they call you back because they can't find a buyer. They call you back. They because you made a heck of an impression with them. They remember that voice. They remember that how you was vain and everything else. They're gonna say, you know what? I'm calling that person back because I know they're serious about their business. So I can't sell this. I might sell it for the 50. Let me see if they'll sell it for 55.
Exactly. Remember, people are attracted to confident voices, strong characters.
That's the way of saying it.
Again, people don't like it's like girls. They are attracted to assholes. Yeah. Whatever it is, that's what it is. You can't fix it. The nice guy does not end first at the end. The only reason why the nice guy ends first at the end is because the girl gave up.
That's it.
And now she wants comfort. And now she wants somebody to pay her bills.
That's it.
That's the only way. Oh, I fell in love. Bullshit. You gave up. Be honest to yourself. Like myself, I'm not in the business to help you. I'm in the business to help myself.
That's why I got no freak.
Exactly right. So again, I'm in the business to help my business. And if in the mean way you get help by getting cash in your pocket, perfect. But I'm not gonna put myself second
Too
to you.
much. Yeah, that's true. Very true. I mean, what you're just saying, I'm telling you, that's if you can master what he's saying now, everybody, you are sitting on a gold mine. You
That's,
know,
that's what it is.
that's why when you meet with a seller, you always make sure the husband and wife is there together. Gentlemen, sit next to the lady. Ladies, sit next to the guy. That's how it works. I promise you, you'll close the deal. But if you sit the opposite way, you're not going to win the deal. It's all these techniques. I don't know what it is, but all these little tips that I'm learning and stuff from the years of being in the real estate, trying to get a listing. These things work. It does work. These little tips he's saying, it works. 150%.
And one of the things that we know these tips, we know those things, the things that we don't have the guts to say to them. We always have the what's it called? Monday morning quarterbacking. Oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have done this. No.
Yeah.
You need to have the guts to do it when you're on the call.
Well, you got that opportunity, yeah.
That person you gotta have on the call. And one of the things, if even if you know what, Arturo, I'm not an asshole. I can't be like, well, act on it. You put your actor's hat. There's the asshole hat that I have on.
Yeah.
Now it's not me. It's an asshole hat. This asshole is the one that makes me the money.
That's
Once
right.
I take it off, I'm the one that enjoys the money. But
That's
the
right.
asshole has to come in. There was a guy that says, I don't want to get political, but said, how come you weren't this nice in the first debate? Well, being nice does not get the things done.
Right.
Being an asshole gets the things done.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You can't be
Yeah.
nice and think that nobody, if you're going to die or I'm going to die, unfortunately, you're going to die.
So,
It's I'm not going to say I'm going to take a bullet for you. Nah.
Mm.
I got to be honest with myself. Sorry, man. Sorry.
yeah.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, that's what the guts brings in as far as being able to say
Yeah.
when, because you know the context, you know the context, but you don't say it because you're all nervous. The guts is what helps you say when you need it.
That's
You're
it.
like, oh, how come when I'm on the phone, I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like the price, and I cringe when I ask the question sometimes still, but I still ask it. They can't see me over the phone that I'm cringing.
That's right. Yep.
So yeah, guys, that's what anything is about. Just be confident, know your shit. Don't let
That's it.
people push you around, even
Yeah.
though it sounds like a broken guitar. Don't let people
Yeah.
push you around. Again, know your worth. Again, now you're gonna go through life being pushed around by everybody, at the
That's it.
line at the grocery store, at the line to get coffee, at the, everywhere, even to your girlfriend. You're gonna get the girlfriend that everybody used up, and now she's with you
Yeah.
because she gave up.
That's it.
And that if you can call yourself a winner, but you're not really a winner.
That's it.
But yeah, guys, that was the conversation with that lady that I had on the call right now. Again, that's basically how the conversation is gonna go once I go back to her.
Yeah.
Once I pick up the phone. But again, I gotta be confident. Like I was telling Mag, that's the way I do my cold calls. That's how I learned how to be more confident in the calls.
That's
I
it.
got hired to do a follow-up.
Right.
If I have the wrong number, I apologize. But there's no reason for you to be upset at me because I get bad number calls. You think I cuss them out?
Mm-hmm.
You think if your mom picks up your phone and she dials my number by mistake, I tell her, hey, what the fuck are you calling me for, ma'am? You think I'll tell her that? No. I'll be like, hey, it happens. Bad numbers happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, that's how I handle my cold calls. That's how I was able to convert, not being scared of picking up the phone. I kind
Nice.
of changed the way that I was calling to more pattern interrupt and catching people off guard. And you telling, you know what, I'm just doing my job. Again, I'm not getting paid enough for you to be able to be your carpet to clean your shoes on. There's no way that I'm gonna do that. But like I said, if that person was gonna sell their house or they need to sell their house within the first 5 minutes where she heard me what I was my boss was doing, buying houses, etc., she would have raised her hand.
Hey, Arturo,
Go ahead, brother.
how did you come up with this My Boss script? Did you come up with your?
Exactly. You're like, I was tired of fucking calling. Yeah, we're looking to buy a house in the area. Click. Oh yeah, we're looking to house. Click. So I followed Claude Diamond like when I found it like 5 years ago. I bought his book. I bought his one of his courses, I think, and on his YouTube as well. So I was like being gutsful and pattern. I was like, well, how can I mimic that as far as a pattern interrupt? And I was like, let me try it. That was like 2 years ago. Let me try. Let me call like if I was calling to follow up on a cash offer. And that's what it just clicked. Hey, yeah, my name is Mike. I'm just following on that cash offer. Did you guys get that already? He's like, what? Yeah, the cash offer. Did you get it? He's like, who's this? It's Mike. What Mike? He's like, did you talk to my boss, Robert? Who's Robert? You see, they're intrigued because they're getting wrong answer. Yeah, Robert said he talked to a lady on a house on Elm Street. Is your house on Elm Street? He's like, yeah, but I never talked to no Robert. Okay, see, what happened is that my boss bought a house north of Elm Street. I think it was Dove Street. Is that nearby? Yeah, it's 2 streets. Perfect, yeah. And he drives this big, humongous truck, and it says, I buy houses. Well, some lady on the way back, he flagged them down. They got to talking, whatever. And he took her number down, mailed a letter for the cash offer, but we never heard of her. So now he hired me to help him out with his workload to call these people, and that's what I'm doing right now. She already heard all my spill. My boss bought a house in the area. He paid cash. He has an I buy houses on his truck. A lady flagged them down. They got to talking. So I'm not doing a cold call. I'm doing a follow-up call. It just happens that I have a bad number. Yeah. And it just happens that she lives the same street as the lady that wants the cash offer.
What happens when you be like, oh, you know the house on Main Street, and they be like, no, I don't know.
Well, you gotta map it. If it's the right address, it is the right address.
Maybe it's a bad number. Maybe. What about if it's a bad number?
Well, it might be a bad number. You say, well, no, I don't live in M Street. Oh, perfect. You know what happens? It happens a lot of times. Actually, you'd be surprised how many bad numbers we get. But yeah, in case you're interested, we are buying houses in the valley, in all the valley. Well, I'm not from the valley. Well, you never know. If you're from San Antonio or you're whatever, again, we buy houses all over the country. Again, and you might even get a cash bonus if you refer somebody to my boss.
Right.
That's when it's a true bad number that they don't live on the street that's there. But you got to be quick on it. Well, I don't live on M Street. Okay, you know what? Then it sounds like it's a bad number. I apologize. But again, you know what? My boss is buying properties in this area. Again, and also he has partners all over the country that buy houses. In case you're ever in the market, or you're probably not, but if you know somebody that wants to sell their house quick, we might even give you $1,000 in your pocket just for referring us that person. Again, $1,000 for me, shit. I'm getting paid $10 an hour. That's probably about a month's worth of work for me.
Yeah.
So if I can just forward somebody to that guy and I get $1,000 when he buys, shit, I'll do it all day. Like, oh, it's true. I put myself in their position. Because for me, $1,000 is a lot. If I get paid $7 the hour after taxes, I'm making $5. How many hours do I gotta make to make $1,000 in pocket? A lot of hours. And this guy's telling me that he can give me $1,000 just for referring somebody. You think I'm gonna hear somebody that wants to sell a house and oh no, I don't want those $1,000. Shit, they're gonna text, hey, this address is the name. Call him. Perfect. Because ain't nobody too rich for $1,000, guys. So that's how I answer the true bad number that the address doesn't match. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Really? Yep.
Give me my goddamn $1,000. You hear me?
Shit, I'll give me $1,000 for preferring somebody. Shit, I'll be calling all the for sale by owners. Hey, this guy wants to sell. This guy wants to sell. Shit, you never know.
That's right. Every dollar counts. Right now, today, I just put $5 on McDonald's stocks. I'm getting to the stocks and the Beagle coins, and I just put $5 on McDonald's stocks. Now I'm on stock owner for McDonald's.
Yeah, there we go. Imagine if you had $1,000 just to let it sit there.
Yeah, that $1,000 will go on them stocks I'm trying to buy. $1 here, $2.
You gotta put on GameStop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, it's just a matter of again, it's just conversations, guys. It's just another person.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, it's hard sometimes, but you gotta be an actor. Maybe the best thing that I can tell you is get some acting classes.
Yeah.
And learn your lines as an actor.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this as an actor. I gotta be this type of character as an actor, because sometimes it's hard trying to transform yourself into that person. Well, if I just get hired to tell, Imagine if you can get hired to go flip off this guy. Hey, fuck you, for $100. I'll do it, right? You know what? I don't usually do it myself, but I'm an actor now.
Right.
I'm in character.
Right. Right.
I'm Al Pacino in Scarface. Right?
That's right.
Nice guy,
The world
but
is
again, I
mine.
gotta be
That's
Al
right.
Pacino.
That's
The
it.
world is mine. Fucking cockroach.
There you go. Yeah.
You don't
Just
look
find
that
a
way.
movie. Find a movie that you really like. You know that really
Yeah.
motivates you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mine's is Sharon Stone. You know, when she was smoking the cigarette, and I said, "What are you gonna do? Arrest me for smoking?" There you go. That was the classic scene. Made $1 million. But it's that same concept. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna close the deal or not? You know what I mean? Absolutely. Come on, Steve. Speak up. You know all the movies.
Classic Sharon Stone. I've only got one classic Sharon Stone image in my mind right now.
Oh no, not that one. Just I'm talking about what you're smoking the cigarette.
I don't know what she was smoking, so but I didn't have my eye on a cigarette. So I'll tell you like
Now
it is.
that you won't know unless you come to one of my properties I ever owned and close the door. But
Wow. Whoa.
that's a different story.
Oh well. Anyway, I got on here late.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you, man? He's muted.
And that's how I did my
There you
calls,
go.
and that's how I did my. There you go. That's how I did my calls and everything. That's how I learned how to, and in everything in life, you're not gonna push me. You might have more money than me, shit, F it, but you're not gonna step on me, bro. I'm gonna give you the same level of energy that you're giving me. It's hard times too, but again, that's when you learn that you know what, you give yourself some self-respect. You guys hear me? Making sure.
Yeah, you're back up. You're all right.
But yeah, guys, any other questions about that? Any other questions about calling? Again, that was a cold call that he called me off I'm thinking a bandit sign or a sticker that I put, or maybe I had texted her before. Yeah, again, I'm not a desperate buyer. I don't need to buy her house, man. I want to buy it, but if it makes sense. Again, I don't want to get in trouble with my wife to buying a property that doesn't make sense. You put it on somebody else. I don't want to get in trouble with my boss. You want to get me fired for buying a property that doesn't make sense? Now, if you don't know how much you want for your property, then I probably ask you to maybe sit down a little and make some numbers and see what number works for you. Then get back with me. And if that number never comes, let's do an agent. Have an agent do all that work for you. You gotta pay that agent though. So again, it happens. But yeah, guys, that's basically business in general. Again, know what you want, know what numbers make sense for you, know how to talk to somebody. Again, if you can't talk to somebody because you're too nice, be an actor, put your actor's hat on, and be the most direct and most affirmative guy you can be. Any questions, guys?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Always good stuff.
Thank you, Steve. Again, everybody can be successful, guys. You just gotta do the work. You gotta be able to want to do the work and put yourself out there. Who cares if you get an asshole? I think the most important thing is a lot of people are afraid of that asshole or person that's gonna be on the other side of the line. If you know how to control that part, then you're good. You can talk to anybody.
Have fun with those people.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with them.
It's all practice.
Yep.
If you're looking at a list with 100 numbers on it, by the time you get through that list, you're not going to have to role play with anybody for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Just dial and have fun.
You gotta be able to do it. Yep. Just get it done. I can get it done and get comfortable. And when people are upset with you, like, Mom, why are you so upset? I'm not even that upset when I get a bad number. What? What's going on? You're okay? Like Claude Diamond says, somebody step on your cat?
Very good.
Somebody take your burger in line, or they put onions like me? You put onions on my burger, I'll go fucking crazy like you right now. But again, I don't think I put onions on your burger, right?
Did I dance with your wife at that Christmas party? Was that her?
There's something like you be somebody that is willing to bounce out the walls and still interact with people.
Yeah.
Don't be just rigid. If you're rigid, you'll slam yourself into a wall and not do anything. Be somebody that can move around. Why are you upset? Oh, wow. And you might not be a great person then, because I don't treat people like that, and I'm not gonna be on the line for long if you're gonna treat me like that. No, I think you owe me an apology now, ma'am. That's Claude Diamond says that. I think you owe me an apology now, because I was nothing but courteous to you, and you're upset. You're upset at me. Now, if you don't give me an apology, it sounds like it's over, and I'd rather just drop the call right now. I bet you nobody has talked to that person in the last 2 years like that. Nobody has put that person in their place for the last 2 years.
If you're really using gut selling, most people don't have a clue. Most people don't expect that. And it keeps you in the authority position, and it sets you up so you can ask questions, but you got to be a good listener. And I always have a problem listening, but this is the way it is, man.
Yeah, like me, I one of the things that I learned with Justin and Claude is that I need to slow down myself and hear people, because this is good to be talking to right now. Before I'll be like, no, I can give you this much, perfect, go, no, perfect, go, bye. I was quicker, and then I was still making money. But again, last year I doubled the money that I made just by slowing it down a little bit.
Good for you. Yeah.
Questions. Because again, you gotta be able to improve something to become better the next year and the next year.
Well, I got to skip trace a whole bunch of empty houses here this afternoon.
There you go.
So,
my owner outside of them, they'll call you.
Yeah, well, they're all vacant. They're all pre-foreclosures and vacant. So you know what I want them for.
Oh, shit. Yeah, man. Let me know how that works out.
I'm going to throw the hook out there. Hey, did you use my telephone, the telephone on delivery yet?
I got 10 new properties that I'm going to reach for, and that's going to be either a telephone or an iPad that has a video. I'll put you
phone. I set up the cheap throwaway phone. I did one about 2 months ago on a judgment that I had. No, it was more like 3 months ago. And I made sure when I had an Uber driver go to the guy's house and say, listen, I got a special delivery for you. And the phone was ringing in the package while the guy was making the delivery. So the guy had to tear the thing open. Who the hell is this? There you go. I got to his front door.
Exactly. Boy, this is me. What's going on? I saw your house is gonna get foreclosed. And then you go on with that. You go with that. You start doing your building report, et cetera, et cetera.
Now, they still? You got everything a lot in Texas. Everything's still on hold, right? Through the court system.
Only for FHA, VA loans. Anything else is fair game.
Yeah. Wow. Different country.
That's why I love Texas. Everything's fair in Texas, even foreclosures.
Wow.
My quick question is, the name of the game is making offers. Do you got a system or a way that because you kind of want to, from what I'm hearing, you kind of want to at least make 10 offers or 20 offers a week or whatever. You got kind of a system, or is that just cold calling, or, you got kind of a system that'll help you do that?
The main thing is the market. You got to know how much, even before, within 1 minute of that conversation or that phone call, that text, you got to know how much that property is worth after repair value. And that comes with knowing your area. My area, I know everything goes for 110 square foot. In this area, if I go a little bit south, it goes for 80. If I go a little bit north, it goes for 70. So I know for a fact how much square footage I can sell that property for. So then you reverse engineer it. So let's say that I can resell that property after I fix it for $100 a square foot. Then I probably got to buy it at $50 a square foot. and then you just multiply the square footage of the house times the square foot per dollar per square foot, and you know quickly. I can tell you more or less. You know what, that house, ma'am, I can probably be between 70 to 110. Does it work for you, or probably not? We haven't seen it. Well, I know, but again, that's your house is like the neighbor's house. They're all the same. I know more or less what I gotta put into it because I already sold one nearby. So that's when knowing your market, knowing your area is key. You gotta be able to, and that's when you can shoot offers like this. And they're not off the hip offers. They're offers that can be validated with numbers. You know what? Yeah, I bought this house for $50 a square foot. I bought that one for 55. I bought that one for 65. Yeah, you sold it for 100. Yeah, because I put $20 per square foot to rehab it. And again, I gotta make money, right?
Right.
And
Right.
you gotta. So knowing your area, Shorten, you gotta be able to know what areas. This area sells for $100 square foot. This area for $50 square foot. This area for so much. This area for so much, and then you just reverse engineer it. And it's a quick math with your iPhone on the calculator. 1,000 square feet, boom. That's a resale of 100,000, maybe 110. How much can I buy it for? Probably for 50.
Okay.
That's why I can shoot numbers quickly. But remember, that's the conversion that this lady, she's gonna give me a number. I can probably pay 70 to 110, but I don't know if that works for you, man. Does it?
Is it good to get a realtor or something to help you shoot those offers out, or again, like I said, you just something you do on your own?
Keyword. Build
not-
relationships with realtors. That's friends with you, and they're not greedy for money. They will give you every information you want, figuring later on that you will use their service to
You know,
list your home with them.
There's
Okay.
such a thing as a realtor that's not greedy for money.
yeah, like for myself, I don't like to pay for anything. But if you can get a great relationship with a realtor that can shoot you numbers for you, definitely. But for myself, I just learned the market. I go on the county pool, I look at all the last sales in that area. I look at the houses. Are there rehab houses? Are there cash buy houses? If it's a resale house, how much was the square footage? How much was the lot? Okay, perfect. In this house, in this area, if I find another house that's the same, we'll sell for this much. So that's
You're absolutely right. That's you, because you're a champion. But people that really don't have the time and working and everything else, build relationships with realtors, yes, and they will help you. You don't have to pay them anything. I said pick 5 realtors in the area, because when you do come to like this champion here and you got a lot of deals going on, you can't play. You got to build a team, because you can't play with all of them by yourself. So you might find a deal that's thrown on your lap and you want them to do the numbers and everything for you. They love you for that, because they know eventually, because I'm a flipper. I buy houses and flip. So, they'll know later on. I got one realtor, as soon as I call her, she knows, okay, you're ready to put a house on the market. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can say about the realtor. I'm an agent, I'm an investor first, but I'm not sticking up for the realtors, but I'm telling you what I do.
Okay.
And especially if there's tons of realtors every month that go into becoming a new realtors, get with those. The fresh realtors, they're hungry to get deals. And then telling I'm an investor. Again, can you help me out with numbers? And whenever I resell, I can give you the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. What's your email? Okay. And throw them a number. Okay. Give me the information on this property. Just to test them out and see what they know. And then whatever, depending on what they give you, okay, can you tell me more or less what's the average resale price on this one?
And you're helping them grow. You're helping that new agent grow, and they're never gonna forget you for that, because now they have to put themselves to a test doing CMAs and stuff and learning how to use the system.
Right. Yeah.
Becoming a realtor, you don't really know it that much. It's more like mainly marketing and rules and ethics and stuff like that. But you need that realtor needs an investor that knows what things cost and what things are gonna be resold for. And now that he has you as an investor, if he goes to a listing where brother, if there's a listing that is not gonna pass inspections, give me a call. You know what, ma'am? I have actually an investor. He might give you a cash offer before we even list it. Does that even work for you? Maybe not. But again, I have him in my back pocket. I can literally call him right now. Shit, that seller's gonna love that realtor. Because now the seller's gonna know what the cash offer looks like, and then she's gonna decide, okay, you know what, maybe I'll list it.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow. A cash offer. I went in there. The lady next door to me. We have an appointment at 2 o'clock, bringing in a cash buyer before I put it on the market, because I was looking at it as an investment deal. But then it was, she wants what it is on the market, you know, as a realtor deal. So now I'm not putting it on the market because I'm an investor. So I bring my cash buyer in first. So they might just buy it for the price she wants and I still get a commission.
There you go.
It's like wholesaling, but it, you know, it's wholesaling privately, but I still have to do the paperwork like a realtor. But she's happy I didn't have to put on the market that she has 100 realtors trying to show in her house.
Exactly. That's how it works. Again, it's just building relationships, but knowing what you want from that relationship. Like there's a video that says, I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. Is there money in this conversation? Are you gonna give me a check? Am I gonna grow from you? If not, bye. It's you gotta be able to have a conversation, network with people that are gonna help you grow, not people that are gonna be just giving you chit chat. You gotta be somebody that's gonna be help you grow. If not, don't waste your time. We don't have infinite time. That's the only thing we don't have. We don't have infinite time. We have everything else can be infinite: money, cash, cars, etc. But time is not. Time is finite. It ends.
Right.
Also got to decide on what type of offers you want to make, what kind of business you're going to be in, what's your business model going to be. Like, don't be throwing numbers all over around, and if you can't back it up, or if you haven't got an investor in your pocket, you need to invest in some tools. You're not going to be calling five realtors 5 days a week, asking them for numbers on all these houses. That ain't going to last long, especially if you're not putting money in their pocket. So tools you need to invest in. I use PropStream.com. It's cheap, and you can search any market anywhere in the country. It'll give you at least a start as to what you can estimate what houses are worth and all that. Give or take what properties. They even got something in there now about flippers. What flipping guys are paying for houses. I understand. Haven't seen that. But you got to decide if you're going to be in the wholesale business, if you're going to be flipping them, if you're going to be renting them, if you're going to do lease options, what your game plan is going to be, and then go towards that market where those properties are located and get started there.
Okay.
Otherwise,
right now, okay. Right now, I'm just strictly wholesaling.
That's a faster way to put money in your pocket.
There you go.
And you can always use Zillow. I use Zillow.
Yeah.
I don't have PropStream. It's a great software. For me personally, when I got into this, I was like, let me put my back against the wall. I don't know anything. I don't have money for anything. What's out there that's free? Zillow's a great software. Again, it has its issues, but it's good and it's free. You can see sales comparisons there, sold for sales. Again, and YouTube University. Again, there's tons, and all these new people that are coming up in the business, they're giving away that value. Be careful, because then on the back end they're trying to sell you something, but they'll give you good value in the front end, and you don't need that much. Again, this business is simple, guys. It's not hard. It's super simple.
How many people are selling programs that don't even do it?
Like crazy. Oh, by the way, I have an affiliate link.
By the way, for only $79 today only, if you're the last person to the table. Yeah.
You guys pay me $79.99, but wait, you guys act an extra $100.
But there's more.
What do you suggest?
Only the last 20 minutes.
What do you suggest for contracts? You do get someone a contract. Do you personally take it over to them, or just shoot it to them through text or email or whatever?
If it's local, drive. If you want to have an e-document, you have to send it through one of the e-documents softwares. It can't just be an email. So there's I personally have Sign Now. There's DocuSign. There's a bunch of new softwares. But for it to be a digital signature that is valid, you have to send it through that. Now, it might work if you just email it to him and then have him print it out, sign it, and take a picture and send it to you. If you're really good with your title company, they work with that.
Okay.
But again, in the front end, guys, for me, never pay for stuff. No, don't pay for coaching. Don't pay for softwares, because if you run things like a business, you cannot go in the hole before you make money.
Right.
And that's how I run my business. I cannot dig a hole first and then try to get a deal on something down there. I can't see nothing down there no more. I'm in a hole. I'm surrounded by walls. I gotta go out there and see what's free. I'm frugal.
Right.
Again, I don't pay. I do spend money when I want to, mainly on stupid things. But as far as the business, it's mainly I only have one software that I pay monthly. That I pay actually every quarter. Everything else is free. Everything else I don't pay for anything. So I do have SendCall because I make my dials because I'm making dials like that. But aside from that, I don't have anything. I don't pay for PropStream. I pay for Justin's group because I love the environment. But aside from that, I don't. Once you start making money and you want to scale from maybe 50K a year to 200K a year, then maybe you want to put 10% back into your business as far as a training. It's always 10%, guys. Always. Don't go 100%. So let's say you make 100K, 10% go back to your business in something, education or something, to scale it. Don't go 100%. I know if you want to put 100% back in your business into marketing, into materials, into a dialer, into list, into skip tracing, etc. Not into software, not into learning, not yet. Once you want to scale, then you hire somebody to scale from 50 to 100,000, and then from 100 to 500,000, and then from 500,000 to $1 million.
It took me 22 years. I finally got a coach, Miss Jane Gaines, to finally got a coach. 22 years, because when I first had 5 years in real estate, I spent 100% on marketing, thinking that's going to help build my business. And I finally got a CPA, because they're skilled at that, a CPA. And she said, you spend all your money, because I couldn't know where my money was. She said, you spend all your money on marketing. That's crazy. Only 10%, like he said. And I was so mad and angry how much money I spent on marketing. And I never do it anymore. I try to do things free, like he said. But now I finally got a coach, because I just got a coach because I'm older and I need someone to assure me to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do to get the job done without distraction. That's the only why I hired a coach.
And being, I don't know if you're in Justin's group. The main
Yes.
thing, no, sorry, I was talking to his. Sorry, man. I know you are. If I don't know.
C. Horton. Charles, for Charles. C. Horton.
Oh, sorry, I'm super little and I can't. Yeah. So C. Horton. Talking to people is the number one skill you need to have. That's the number one skill, because you may get leads, but if you're shitty on the phone,
yeah,
it ain't gonna work.
Okay.
So it definitely, talking to people is the best investment you can do. And for what we pay for, what Justin's offers, it's a no-brainer, because just talking to people the right way, asking the right questions, not being scared of asking the tough questions.
Okay.
That's it. You can literally be in a Walmart and talk to somebody about a house, because you have that guts and you have that sales skills of talking to people. That's the number one thing. You can get 10 leads, but if you're shitty on the phone, you're gonna lose those 10 leads.
You're gonna lose them all.
You're not gonna close them.
Right.
So learn. Anybody that tells you, be a great salesman. The new salesman, not the salesman that says, please buy from me. No.
Yeah.
The other salesman, the gut salesman, that doesn't take shit from nobody. If you want my cash that I have in my pocket, ma'am, then you have to literally beg for me to give it to you. Not the other way around. It makes no sense for me to beg to buy your house. It makes no sense.
Right.
You want this that I have in my pocket, the cash. You want cash, liquidity that you can. I wish you can probably take a brick from your house and go buy a loaf of bread, but you can't. I can get a loaf of bread with the cash that I have in my pocket. You can't with the brick that you have in your house. So you want this. So you need to sell me on my cash.
My thing is, once I get a yes, I just want to be able to shoot them a contract and get it under contract.
Are you doing virtually, or you're?
It'll more likely be virtually. So some kind of digital DocuSign, like you said.
Yeah. Then wait until you get somebody that gives you a yes. It's like, okay, perfect. What's your email? Okay, perfect. Give me about 30 minutes. Let me draft the document, and it's gonna say exactly what we talked about this in this conversation, and then you get it. And then you go online, e-document software. Then you buy it. Don't buy it right now. You don't have a contract. ready. And when you need a contract, let me know. Just shoot me an email. I'll send you the contract that I use, or use the regular state contract. Again, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's the easy part. Getting them to say yes to the number that makes sense. That's the hard part. Yeah. Don't do anything right now until you have somebody that gives you a yes at the price that makes sense. Then you can buy e-document software. Perfect. Boom. And then go to the group. Hey, anybody have a contract? Boom. Print the contract. Scan it. Put the prices. Email it. Wait for the response.
Okay.
So don't buy stuff before you. It's like, boy, it's like buying things that you're not gonna use until you use them. So only when you have a contract ready, then you buy it.
Is your email in the chat information?
You can write it down. Let me see. What's your phone number, brother?
815
No.
96 968 5243.
I'll give you a call right now, and then I'll text you my email.
Okay, there it is.
Text me your email, and I'll text you back my email.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, brother. So yeah, guys, let's be successful at being able to manage your money, guys. It's just about putting money and hopefully it grows. No, you got to be able, being a good steward of your money allows the environment and the auras and etc. to put more money in your pocket, because they know that you can manage it and you can make it grow. If the environment sees that you cannot grow the money in your pocket, they're not gonna give you money. The auras, the beliefs, they're not gonna channel the money to you, the flow, because this guy can't even manage $10. You think he's gonna manage 1,000? No. So be a good steward of your money, and more money will come to you, because that money is gonna go where it can get multiplied. All right, guys.
I got a question for you, quick. Another second. All right. With regard to these vacant pre-foreclosures,
go ahead.
Are you calling these people, sending them letters, knocking on doors? What are you doing?
If it's local, I'm sending them letters, knocking on doors, and then calling them. Okay. If it's local, that's what I'm doing right now with this letter that I have.
Even with the homes that are vacant already.
Yeah,
I'm going after vacant.
I'm doing everything. Some are vacant, some are not. Okay. But the vacant, if it's a vacant house, like completely vacant, pre-foreclosure, then again, if it's vacant, the first thing I'm doing, I'm buying a sign that says for sale by owner, and I'm putting my number in there. That's the number one thing.
You put it on the front lawn.
Yeah, front lawn. Somebody's gonna call me for that house, right? Yeah. Then I'm gonna skip trace it, and then I'm gonna cold call.
Yeah.
So putting a for sale by owner sign in front of a house that's not yours, there's gonna be two things that's gonna happen. People that are gonna buy it are gonna call you, and the owner's gonna call you.
Yeah.
That's not your property. So guess who you are? You're the answering service.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a for sale by owner in this house. Yeah, I'm actually just taking names and numbers because I think the guy that hired me has interest in that property or wanted to buy it. So what offer do you want to give? Perfect. Oh, I'm actually the owner. Oh, you know what? He told me that this call was going to happen. Let me take your number, and then I'll have him call you back in about 20 minutes.
I did that a few times a couple of years back, and people called screaming, ranting, and raving. I said, what house number is that? Oh, it's number 6. Oh, no, it's supposed to be number 18. Somebody probably stuck in the wrong one. Exactly. By the way, is this house going to be for sale? Oh, yeah.
That's actually better.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the wrong house. Kid must have moved.
That's better. You know what?
Yeah. All right, brother. Thank you, man.
Bro,
Steve. Go ahead.
Steve, can you put your number in the chat? And Charles, too? I didn't get your number.
Okay.
Write it down. I'll give it to you right now.
Okay. Got it.
1-800-607-1942.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. I charge by the minute.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I remember Hutto, remember? Okay. All right, guys, I got to get off. I got to call her. I got to get somebody at 2 o'clock. I'm already late.
Hey, thanks, Steve.
Hey, keep smiling, man. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Talk to you. See you. What time does it start? What time is this thing on tomorrow, Saturday? What time?
10 o'clock.
What time?
10 Central.
Central.
In Central.
10 Central, so it's like 9 o'clock here.
Yeah,
Okay.
beyond, because John Jackson is going to be here on.
Who?
John Jackson from
John,
Texas.
Texas guy.
He's in my book. I wrote a book. He's one of the chapters in. Yeah,
There
he's
you go.
Oh, okay.
Red light. Oh. I have to be on that tomorrow.
Yeah, you do.
He was a stand-up comedian. He really was. He really was. He really was. So he tried making a stab at that. Yeah. Gotta ask him about that tomorrow. All right, you guys take care. See you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Steve. Thanks.
All right,
Have a
guys.
good one, guys.
Don't have any questions. Let's have a good, successful Friday and a weekend, okay?
Yes, you too. Thanks for your time.
Likewise, brother. Be safe.
Yep.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Arturo.
Have a great weekend, everybody.